Alright guys, I want to welcome you back to another Warframe video. I hope you all are doing well today. Happy holidays. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about 5 things that new players should know about. And somewhat how to be really good at this game when you first start. These are going to be some tips and tricks that I hope you guys take into account because it will make you a better Warframe player early on. And if you have any questions throughout the video, please let me know in the comments section. And let's begin. So starting off with number 1, I just want to talk about how to master the movement in this game / parkour. Alright, so guys, we are out here in the... I almost said Plains of Eidolon. We are out here in Orb-Valis, so I can properly show you how I move throughout this game. As you can see right now, I am jumping, rolling, sliding, doing all kinds of amazing stuff to get around in this game. And this is exactly what you want to do, because when you first start, there will be a chance that you might end up being in a session with a higher level player, and he's going to be moving, or she will be moving around like crazy like this, and you're not going to understand what the heck is going on, because you won't know how to move like this. You'll probably have a general idea, but all in all, you probably won't be able to do this because this game is a little confusing in the beginning. You are walking. This is your typical walking stance, or your walking animation. And then when you press sprint, then you start running. This is what you always want to be in. You don't want to be walking around like this. One thing, FYI, I'm not going to go into detail about every button layout because I'm not going to talk about, hey, if you're on PlayStation or if you're on Xbox, you press this button or this button. I'm not going to do that. I have another video. I actually go into some extreme details when it comes to parkour in this game. But in this video, it's not going to be extremely detailed, but if you want to check out my other parkour video, I'll leave that linked in the description below. You hold down the slide button and you slide, right? Just sliding, sliding, sliding. From here, you can actually let go of the slide button and then press the jump button like this to bullet jump. So this is how you bullet jump. You hold the slide button and then press jump. From here, you can actually aim. So you're aim gliding right here. Once you bullet jump, well, you don't have to bullet jump to aim glide, but you aim glide after your bullet jump like this. So slide and jump. Another thing that is very important in terms of parkour is aim jumping. I don't think that's a proper term, but basically what that means is wherever you want to go, you look in that direction. You hold down the slide button, which is also crouch, and then you jump, and you jump in that general direction. If you look down here, he jumps over there. Look up here, he jumps up. Look up there, he jumps over there, right? That's aim jumping. A technique that you really should get used to early on is my sort of jumbled up button mashing. It's going to be a little hard to explain in this video, but in my other video I actually go into detail about how to do this. But this is basically what I do, right? I'm sliding, I'm jumping, slide, jump, and you're tapping the roll button, which is also the slide / crouch button, right? When you jump in the air like this, you roll. If you tap the button, you're rolling. If you hold the button, you slide. If you're not moving and hold it, you're crouch. It's the same button. So basically what I do to move around as fast as possible, I'm looking up all the time. I'm holding the aim button, the aim glide to get around. And then I'm tapping the roll button so I can get further like this. And right before you hit the ground, you want to slide like this. Well, not like that. So right before you hit the ground, you want to slide and then continue the chain. If you fall to the ground without sliding, then you'll end up just slamming on the ground, and that will ruin your execution. So watch this. You see how he just staggered himself right there? You don't want to do that. You want to slide right before you hit the ground so you can keep the momentum, and that's how you really get good at parkour in this game. Basically, just do what I'm doing, and then you will master this in no time. It will take some time to get used to, no doubt, but like I said, check out my actually detailed parkour video in the description so you can properly understand how to do this. I'm just going over this. So if you are a newer / somewhat experienced player, meaning you kind of know what you're doing but you're not brand new, then this will probably be more, it'll make more sense to you. But yeah, that's the parkour mechanics, and like I said, if you have a comment or a question, please let me know in the comment section. Let's move on to number 2. Alright guys, so we're on to tip number 2. This is going to be about mods and how to mod. Now, just like my parkour video, I also have a video talking about how to mod, and I also go into extreme detail on mods and how they all work. Weapon mods, warframe mods, companion mods, all that stuff I go into detail. So I will also leave that linked in the description. So if you are confused about anything after this video, please check that video out in hopes that it will resolve some of your concerns. Now, so like I said, I'm not going to go into extreme detail, but I'm going to cover a few things that you kinda need to know. So if we hit upgrade right here, this will take us to the mods tab. These are all of our stats for our current warframe. One thing to note, these numbers will increase as you actually level up your warframe. So that's one thing to keep in mind of. But one important thing that you all need to keep in mind of, you need to mod accordingly to your warframe's abilities, okay? What I mean by that is I'm going to give you 3 examples, right? So right here, you have Excalibur. Excalibur has a sprint speed of 1, he has shield capacity, 360 shields, he has 370 health, 145 health, and 240 armor. If your warframe has an insane amount of armor starting out, then you probably want to mod some armor into it, right? An armor mod that I have, I'll show you right quick. I have Gladiator Aegis right here. So as you can see, it has 33% or plus 33% armor. If we throw this on, his armor increases to 320. Now, a warframe that you really want to stack armor into will be Valkyrie down here. Where's she at? Here she is. Valkyrie, as you can see, this is my current warframe stats, and if we compare Excalibur to Valkyrie, Valkyrie has a base armor of 630. That's very nice. What that means is, you kind of want to mod for armor. She has significantly less shields, and she also has plus 0.10 or 0.1 sprint speed, so she's a little faster. She has the same energy count and the same health pool, but she has a whole bunch of armor. So what I'm getting at is you want to mod your warframe the way that they're meant to be modded. Of course, you can mod your warframe however the heck you want. It's your warframe, you do whatever you want. But if we take a look at Excalibur's abilities right here, this is his first ability, Slash Dash. His second is Radial Blind, his third is Radial Javelin, and then Exalted Blade is his fourth ability. Now if you look down here, his energy for his first ability is 25. So, you have a starting energy of 145, right? When you use his first ability, it drains 25 energy. Another thing that you can do is if you see his stats for his first ability, he has a range of 20 meters, a chain range of 7 meters, and a damage of 250. That little swoop, that represents slash damage, but that's not important right now. What you want to look at is the range, because his first ability utilizes range, right? If you have a range mod, for example, we have stretch right here, which increases his ability range by 45%. His base stat his base range for his first ability is 20 meters. If we throw on this fully maxed out stretch, his 20 meters will go up to 29 meters, and as well as his chain range. That's a great thing to have. That means you basically just go further than you normally would. If you look at his second ability, he has a radius of 25 meters, which is a blind radius. You blind your enemies. If you throw on stretch, that 25 increases to 36.25. Basically meaning you can blind even more people. Well, you blind enemies further away than you normally would. If you see here, you also have a duration, 15 seconds. That means your enemies will be blinded for 15 seconds. If you have a duration mod, you can throw that on to increase the duration that your enemies are blinded for. Now, if we take a look at one of our duration mods, all I have right now is Augur Message. This increases your ability duration by 24%. We throw this on, his duration increases to 18.6 seconds. That's great. Meaning, your enemies are blinded for an additional 3.6 seconds, right? We take these off, it'll go back to the base amount. His third ability, he has a radius of 25 meters, meaning the javelins, and you see in the video, the javelins basically impale the enemies. This goes as far as 25 meters. If you throw on stretch, the 25 meters now goes up to 36.25. Now with this 4, he has a duration stat and a range stat. So he has a blind radius of 5 meters and a blind duration of 6 seconds. If we throw on stretch, which is our range mod, and Augur Message, which is our duration mod, those increase to 7.25 meters and 7.44 seconds. So what I'm getting at is basically, like I said earlier, you want to mod accordingly to your Warframe's abilities and general stats, right? If we throw on, let's say, Vitality, his health increases from 370 to 403. Oh yeah, I forgot, I have Continuity, which is also a duration mod. So if you take a look at this right here, let's take a look at his 15 seconds. Throw Augur Message on, 18.6 seconds. Throw Continuity on, 23.1 second. Right? 23 seconds. Now, you guys won't have access to this Warframe until like serious late game, but I just want to show you right quick. I don't have him right now on this account, but I do have him on my other account, my PlayStation. Lavos. Lavos is a Warframe that doesn't have energy. His abilities are basically timed abilities. So if he uses 1, if he uses 2, there's a cooldown timer. It doesn't drain energy because he doesn't even have energy. He is the only Warframe in this game that doesn't have energy, right? So you can see right here, Excalibur has 100 energy, right? Base. And then if you look at Lavos, he has 0 energy. What that means is you want to stack duration mods on him because that'll make his cooldown less, right? Say if he uses 1 and the typical timer for his 1 is 15 seconds. If you stack on duration mods, that 15 seconds will go down to, let's say, 10 seconds. So then you can use his first ability more often. Nidus doesn't have any shields. He has no shields, right? What does that mean? His shield capacity does not increase. We have this ranked up once. Throw this on here. His shield capacity does not increase. So, if you look at his armor and his health, he has a lot of health. As far as I know, I think Nidus is the only Warframe that has the most starting health. Throw on Vitality. Look at his health. 1,000. He has 1,009 health. That's a lot of health, and that's not even maxed out. He has a lot of health. This is what you want to build Nidus for. He has a good amount of armor as well. So if you throw on Gladiator Aegis, his armor goes up to 600. That's a lot of armor. Okay. You want to build him for health and armor. Okay. That, and you want to build him with duration and range. All of his abilities utilize his range. As you see here, his number 1, a length of 16 meters. His number 2, a radius of 12 meters. His third ability, an enemy range of 20 meters, as well as an ally range of 40 meters. His 4 actually doesn't increase with the mod. I think that's stuck. Yeah, so his radius for his 4 is 8 meters. You can't do anything to increase this. I think the developers didn't want this to go bigger than what it already is. But that's like a one-off situation. But all in all, his abilities utilize range and duration. So how would I build Nidus? If we take a look at my actual build here, we have Stretch, we have Vitality, we have Streamline, which reduces the cost of energy, which is a very important mod to have. Ability Strength, you want to build him with Strength as well. We have Continuity, which is duration. Some more Strength mods, another duration mod, and yeah. Literally, this is how you want him to be built. This is a perfect starter build. When you get into late game, you'll have a lot more access to really, really good mods for Warframes. But these mods may look confusing because you might not know where the heck to get this. If you watch my last video for Warframe, I talk about a great place to mod, or not mod, I talk about a great place to farm for mods, the Plains of Eidolon. Where do you get this mod? You get this mod at the Plains of Eidolon. Okay? Augur Message, where do you get this? You get this mod at the Plains of Eidolon. Augur Secrets, where do I get this? You get this mod at the Plains of Eidolon. You see where I'm going with this? I believe you can also get Streamline, Intensify, and Continuity at the Plains of Eidolon. So basically what I'm saying is the Plains of Eidolon is a great place to farm for mods. Mod accordingly to your Warframe's abilities. You don't want to throw shield mods on Nidus because you're literally wasting a mod slot. So don't do that, alright? My number 3 is not really so much a tip, it's just something you really want to do a lot of early game, because this is how you kind of set yourself up for success going forward in your Warframe career. So, I'll give you an example. If we take a look at a weapon that I want to build, which is the Vectis, right? The Vectis is an absolutely fantastic primary that you really want to have early game. You can basically one-shot any enemy. Literally. So if you take a look here, what are the requirements to build the Vectis, right? You need 25,000 credits. If you look up here, I have 78,000 credits. I have more than enough to build this, right? You need 3,000 nanospores. I have 28,000. I have more than enough. You need 2,500 rubido. I have 15,000. You need 4 Orkin cells. I don't have 4. I have 3. So now I need to farm for Orkin cells. If you hover over each requirement, it literally tells you the locations in which you can farm for each resource. I'll show you a place where you can farm for this stuff. Let's take a trip to Cetus, shall we? Alright guys, so unfortunately I am unlucky right now. But basically what you want to do is you want to come to Cetus, talk to Kanzu up here, and there might be a chance that Orkin cells will be a possible reward in one of the bounties. Unfortunately, all of these bounties do not have Orkin cells as a possible reward, but once this timer resets, I am more than confident that Orkin cells will be in the rotation for the next timer, because these all change when this goes to 0. But this is a place that you can possibly farm for Orkin cells. So also, unfortunately, kind of looking like an idiot here, but if you need Orkin cells and you don't have access to these locations, you're just kind of SOL. You are just going to have to grind your way through until you unlock one of these planets. and then you can get ore and cells. Other ways that you can get ore and cells without farming, login rewards. So when you log into the game every day, ore and cells will be a possible reward that you can get. Anytime you see ore and cells as a reward, I highly recommend that you get that instead of the other options. Because ore and cells are something that you really want to stock up on. They are very important to have. But apart from trying to build the Vectus, there are a lot of other weapons that you are going to want to build. And farming is just a very important thing that you want to just get down. So just by playing the game, you are going to naturally accrue all kinds of materials that you won't even necessarily need at that point in time, but you might need in the future, okay? Gallium is something that's very often needed to build things. Morphix is also something that's very important to have. Neurodes is important. Polymer bundles are also important. Ferrites, alloy plates, circuits, rubido, salvage, those are materials that you will always get a crap load of, and they aren't necessarily that important. But just having a whole bunch of them will help you out in the future so you won't run out of things, right? Also, one more thing to note, farming doesn't necessarily have to mean for materials. You can also farm for Warframe parts, right? If you check out my last Warframe video, I'll leave that linked in the description. The last part of that video, I spoke about how to farm for Rhino. And Rhino is a great starter frame that you can farm for. He is on Venus, which is literally the second planet you go to. You farm him at Fossa. Basically what that means, you do this mission back to back to back until you get all the parts you need. That's literally it. So that's also a way to farm, is just by playing the same mission over and over again until you get the parts that you need for any Warframe that you might need to build. Another tip that I highly encourage you guys to try and do is leveling up your mastery rank. What is mastery rank, you might be asking? So mastery rank is basically your actual in-game level, and I believe this maxes out to legendary 3 or something. Basically, in numerical form, that 5 caps out at 30, or it might be 29. I think it's 30, and then after 30, it turns into like 1 with the star, and then after that, I think it's like 2 with the star, then maybe 3 with the star. There is no level 31, but it caps out at 30. Right now, I am at mastery rank 5. People might also say MR, or what's your rank, or what's your mastery, right? So I am MR 5. What this means is that you are locked to a certain set of items that you can use. If you take a look at our weapons, as you can see, we have a few weapons that you can purchase with platinum, right? But the further down you go, you will see mastery locked. What that means is you can't even use these guns even if you wanted to pay for them. You can't buy this, right? Mastery locked. That's a little unfortunate. Also, FYI, don't quote me on this, but I think they're going to get rid of this. So if they do get rid of this, this part might be very useless in the future. But as of right now, mastery locked items are a thing, and they suck very much. And as you can see, there are numbers in each lock. So this one is 8, this is 10. I am currently at 5, so once I get to MR 8, then this will be unlocked for me to possibly farm, or if I want to buy this, I can buy it. So you can see, my Nidus is max rank. My Heck is rank 24. I still have 6 ranks to go before this is maxed out. Once you max out any item or weapon, your rank goes up even higher. Well, not the rank itself, but the progress bar goes up, and then you'll be able to rank up to 6 or 7 or whatever level you're at. So right now, my Stynex is rank 3. I have a lot of ways to go to max him out. My Rhino is only rank 8. My Excalibur is only rank 28. So when I max all of these frames out, I might even be able to go up to rank 7 or mastery rank 7. So you really want to max these frames out and your weapons, okay? Where do I go to level up as fast as possible? Well, there are a few places. You can do some survival missions, but there is one place in particular that I highly recommend. Out of all these places, for new players like yourself, you will not have access to a certain game mode that is actually the best way to level up. So unfortunately, that is not an option. There is a possibility that you can taxi yourself to Sedna. Literally, Hydron is the second best place to level up items, right? You're probably going to have a long ways to go before you can get to Sedna. So say if, for example, you're like me and I only have Venus, Earth, and Mars unlocked, it's going to take a long time to get to Sedna, right? What you want to do, guys, open the chat. Go to the recruiting tab. Hold on, let me pull this up for you guys. Is this recruiting? Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so you want to go to the recruiting tab right here in the middle. What you want to type in. Invite for Hydron. Boom. That's what you want to type in. If you actually have an in-game friend that can take you to Hydron, by all means, do that. But this doesn't really guarantee that anybody will message you or invite you to go to Hydron. If you are able to get taxied to Hydron, I highly encourage you keep doing that. Stay as long as you can, because it is a defense mission. To get the most benefit out of the XP, you want to stay until level 15, because it goes by 5 waves. So after 5 waves, you can extract or stay. By wave 10, you can extract or stay, and then 15 is where you want to extract at. Because anything after that, it doesn't really make much of a difference. So stay until 15 and then leave, and then rinse and repeat. Ask someone to take you there, and then by doing that, you literally can level up very, very fast. Unfortunately, no one messaged us. Taxi to Hydron, please. I can't spell. There we go. Alright, guys. On to the final tip. This is going to be a trading tip. Trading is something that you might not really get into until a later game. But this is one thing that I highly encourage you do, because this will save you tens of, if not hundreds of platinum, right? So, what you want to do is you want to go to a website called Warframe Market. Warframe Market is literally a fan-made website that is actually next level to an official website, because it should be an official website. It is that good. Basically what it does, it shows you the current trading amount for any Warframe weapon or item in the game. It changes daily, and it's something that you guys should always check out. By the way, I have an entire video talking about how to trade and trade chat and all that stuff, so I will leave that in the description. Fun fact, it's also my most viewed video on my channel, which is absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you guys something right quick, and I really want you to pay attention to this because it's something that you really need to know. Because if you don't know what you're doing in trade chat, you might get gypped. Luckily, there are a lot of players that are actually helpful and will let you know, like, hey man, you're selling this item for way less, or you're overpricing this item, which means you will never get a sale, right? So let's move on to Warframe Market, shall we? As you can see up here, Warframe.market is a fan site, not associated with Digital Extremes, meaning this is not an official website. At first glance, this will be a little confusing, but trust me, it's not that difficult. So this is the search bar. You type in whatever item, Warframe, or mod that you are trying to sell or buy. So for example, a mod that comes to the top of my head is Rage. Rage is a Warframe mod. Search this. As you can see, this literally shows you every single player in the game that put their bid on this website. Meaning, that's right, you can actually log into this, and if you're having the hardest time trying to sell something in the game itself, you can go to this website, list your items on here, and then people can actually message you, and it'll be easier to sell things, right? But that's not what I'm trying to show you guys. What I want you to see is, if you see right here, these are the unit prices. You can go from highest to lowest. This person right here is trying to sell their Rage mod for 9 platinum, right? 9 platinum. This person, they're trying to sell Rage for 10 platinum. This person is trying to sell theirs for 50 platinum. Now, fun fact, if you guys did not know anything about Rage and you didn't know how much this mod was going for, you could get gypped out of a lot of platinum. I'm going to show you right now. If you go to the game, let's type in WTB, which stands for want to buy, or I want to buy. Then we'll type in Rage. And then enter. So you can see right here, I want to buy Rage. I didn't even put an amount that I want to buy it for. I just put want to buy Rage. Alright, so we got one message. This gentleman maxed for 10. What does that mean? That means, hey guy, I have Rage completely maxed out for 10 platinum. What do you say? I say that's a perfectly fine deal. Normally I would say that's fine. I'll meet up with him and then he'll sell it to me for 10 platinum. This guy says 12 platinum. Something I highly encourage you guys do is hold off for at least 2 or 3 minutes, because there might be a chance that you can potentially have someone message you. And I actually had someone message me about this exact same mod. This guy wanted to sell Rage to me for 5 platinum. That's the lowest I've ever seen. And it was maxed out. There are a lot of desperate people in this game. You can get lucky when it comes to trading with items and mods and whatnot in this game. So I recommend that you guys hold off for a bit before you decide on who to trade with. So right now we just got these two people. Between these two guys, I'm going with Flame Infusion for 10 platinum. Let's take a look at Heavy Caliber. Heavy Caliber is a really expensive mod, as you can see right here. This is a rank 10 mod. Rank 10 mods are always going to be pricier compared to other mods because they require a lot more credits and endo to max out. As you can see right here, there are 10 ranks compared to Rage, which only has 5 ranks. So you see here, rank, oh, actually it's 3 ranks. So Rage has 3 ranks, significantly cheaper. So Heavy Caliber has a lot more ranks. This mod is very hard to acquire, and because of how many ranks it has, it's even more expensive. So just by looking at these prices, this dude wants to sell for 8 platinum. I don't know what's up with that. 135 platinum. 9 times out of 10, this will be max rank, as you can see right here. 10 out of 10. That means this mod is completely maxed out. So you can see right here, 7 platinum, 9 platinum, 7 platinum. This is not ranked at all. This guy wants to sell for 10 platinum, unranked. 100 platinum for max rank. That's pretty good. 90 platinum max rank. That's pretty good. 80 platinum max rank. From here, you can type in whether or not you want it to be unranked or max ranked. But just for this scenario, I'm not going to type in any rank amount or any price. I just want to see what people will message me with. Alright guys, so we have two people that messaged us. Elliptical, he would like to sell his for 40 platinum. This guy wants to sell it maxed out for 175 platinum. So this guy is selling his maxed out for 80 platinum. Why would you want to spend an additional 75 platinum? You see where I'm going with this? Do your research, guys. It is very important to do your research. Out of curiosity, I'm going to ask this guy or gal, is this unranked? He says why, but that actually means yes. I forgot about that. I haven't played this game in such a long time. Why means yes. Not like, why do you want to know? It means yes. So he wants to sell that unranked for 40 platinum. These unranked is a lot less, right? Why would you spend 40 platinum for an unranked mod when you can get it for literally nothing? Of course, 7 platinum isn't nothing, but you get the idea. If you sell heavy caliber, for example, for 5 platinum, you're literally losing out on money, right? A lot of these people probably don't understand how this stuff works, and they'll probably actually buy heavy caliber for 40 platinum unranked, when they can keep trying to get this mod for 10 platinum. Just to prove a point, let's see if this works, shall we? Let's say I want to buy heavy caliber, 10 platinum. Alright guys, we finally got a message after like 10 minutes. Not that long. I did put want to buy heavy caliber for 10 platinum. So we'll double check with this guy just in case you didn't see it. 10 platinum, and then he'll say sure. You see guys, this is what you want to do. I have 10 platinum, I'm not gonna buy it, so I kind of wasted this guy's time, but just so you guys can see where I'm coming from, this guy was going to ask me, or he asked me if I wanted to buy that mod unranked for 40 platinum, but this guy is now selling his for 10 platinum. You have to stay persistent, you have to understand how this stuff works. Knowledge is power, okay guys? You don't want to be an idiot, you don't want to be a fool, so be smart when playing this game. And if this video helped you guys out, please let me know in the comment section. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And in the description, I will have all of the additional videos that will help you if you do need the extra help, of course. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.